3 NBA championship contenders who should trade for Kevin Durant this offseason. Let's go. I ran all 3 of these deals through the NBA trade machine on ESPN.com, so they are legit and financially they would work. First off, the Boston Celtics trade Kristaps Porzingis and 6th Man of the Year Peyton Pritchard for Durant. Look, I know that's a lot to give up for a guy at this age, but at the same time, the Celtics have a championship core that can win right now, and Tatum's going to be out for a year with an Achilles injury. Why not bring in one of the best scorers of all time to fill his shoes as the go-to guy on offense? You have the defensive pieces around Durant. You have the supporting pieces. It makes a lot of sense, and then when Tatum comes back from injury and he needs a little time to get rehabilitated, who better to have as the number 2 option next to him than KD? So the deal makes a ton of sense, and it would keep the Celtics in a position to compete for a championship next year. Trade number 2, I got Durant going to the Denver Nuggets. Trade Jamal Murray and Christian Brown for Kevin Durant. Look, the Nuggets, it feels like that OKC series, we saw them hit their ceiling. They're elite with Jokic. They can be a championship team, but they're a piece or 2 away offensively, especially from really going toe-to-toe with a team like OKC or possibly the Celtics, for example. You got to give Jokic the help he needs. Who better to come in and be that number 2 option next to the Joker than Kevin Durant? Jokic will be providing him with plenty of open looks, and Durant typically knocks them down when it matters most. You have guys like Aaron Gordon who could fit in well around Durant as role players. I think they have the core right now to compete, and I think Durant could be that missing piece to get them over the top again. And that being said, you get a Russ and Kevin Durant reunion in Denver. That'd be a lot of fun to watch. I think the Nuggets would be a legit option for KD. Our third and final trade is Kevin Durant to the New York Knicks. Listen, gave up Karl-Anthony Towns for Kevin Durant, Ryan Dunn, and a first-round pick, and I think that deal gets done. And listen, I think giving up Towns entering his prime is a lot to give up, but he's kind of like the LaMelo Ball of big man. He'll shoot 30-footers. He'll make really bad fouls when your team doesn't need him. I think if you want to win a championship in the East, the window for the Knicks is right now, because the Celtics, with Tatum out, are going to be down for the count. But moving forward, you have the Celtics, you have the Cavs, you have the Pistons, you have the Pacers, you have the Magic. There's so much young talent in the East. The Knicks need to win next year or they're going to be in it for the long run. I don't see them winning a title. That being said, what makes Durant fit so great there? You have Mitchell Robinson, you have OG, you have Mikal Bridges and Brunson. Durant just needs to come in and get buckets, and that's what they lacked in that Pacers series, was somebody behind Brunson who could consistently score, and I think Durant would be that missing piece. I think Ryan Dunn's a nice piece off the bench, and this would allow Josh Hart to thrive in a 6-man role. I think the Knicks need to get it done. Let's get your thoughts in the comments.